Freestyle Friday.
Another interesting fact is I am 10/16 black. What? Not 16/16. I mean, I look like it, but no, it's just 10/16. The rest of the breakdown is 2/16 Indian, 2/16 Southern, 1/16 Christian, and 1/14 Mexican. I know you like, why is it 1/14 and not 1/16? But it was this guy that broke it down for me. Like it was some type of algebraic adjective or some shit. I feel like he was a scientist, but he probably worked at a museum or for like Ancestry.com or some shit. But he broke it down for me and told me that. And then like this real doctor, like this actual doctor confirmed it. Because he said that I was 2 eye hairs short of an eyelash. So I think that's why I'm 1/14 Mexican instead of 1/16. But anyway, next question.
Only you. Yeah, buddy. Good morning, evening, or afternoon. It's your boy, Holiday. Coming to you for the Scratch Network. I'm coming to talk to you guys about some freaking lies. They lying, y'all. Alright, so the government, as it sits in America right now, has been for the past 10 years trying to figure out reasons to go after South Africa for some reason. And that's what I'm going to talk to you guys today for Black History, because in Black History this year, I'm not talking about people. I'm talking about situations we all need to be aware of as Black people currently or in the not so distant past. One thing now is Pan-Africanism. And in Pan-Africanism, in all of that, we should be recognizing each other as the same. Black people need to come together no matter where you're from. And protect each other, help protect each other. So, in this sense, we need to know that there's something going on in South Africa that's grabbing the attention of America. I mean, I have my guesses. You know what it's about. But that's what we're going to talk about today after these messages. Hey, so you are 10/16 black. I am 10/11 black. So we got to break this down in 2 different parts. So of the 10/11 black, we got to start with the 10 blacks first. So I'm 4 parts Carolina black. I'm a Carolina black motherfucker. And now I'm 2 parts Mississippi black. Let me check it out. Yeah, 2 parts Mississippian black. 1 part Floridian black. So I got that T double in me. Woo! Half part New York black, but I try not to bring that out. We don't like New Yorkers. I don't know how that shit snuck up in me, my ancestry, but we don't do that. 1 part Alabamian black. So Alabama, stand up. You know what I'm saying? That's about as close to Midwest I get, cause yeah. 2 parts African black, and then 1 part Caribbean black. I think that's like 1.5 part Caribbean black. Whatever, the math out. All right, so that 1 part that's left over is that 1 part. So it's a split. So half of that 1 part is indigenous American. So I got some Indian in my blood. You can see it in the house. Oh. And then I have so the rest of it is, so I have, it's like 1/4 of stealing black women cookies white, like some Thomas Jefferson type shit, or some George Washington type shit. So a quarter of my bloodline stole cookies from African American women. And then there's another quarter of my bloodline that was part of the burn the whole government down and rebuild it to where everyone is equal, white. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that's how it goes for my bloodline. Holiday out. And I'm back. Hey, real quick. So, don't panic about this bullshit about South Africa's doing something to white people. This is it's two reasons why all of this is going on. First, I want to let's go with facts now. So the fact is, in 2016-ish, President Trump said that black people was committing genocide on white people in South Africa, which was completely false. That's the way he led his presidency going in there. Actually, it was before his presidency started. He was campaigning with that shit, that bullshit. Now he's saying that they are illegally taking land. So basically what they're doing is they're trying to find something to say. If you make a general accusation, so you say that someone's taking land from white people, and South Africa say, no, we didn't. And then you find something like a South African white person that says that all they need to do is say, they took my land for any reason. It could be taxes. It could be a road had to go through somebody's land. So they built the road. So that little one script might be 3 meters across and 50 meters down was taken to make a road. So it could be anything. But then they prove to be true. So you make a general statement and then use that statement to do what you want to do. But another reason is if you are currently supporting Nazis and doing Nazi salutes and taking money from Nazis and basically being a Nazi, the best thing you do is go look somewhere around the world where they're doing the opposite thing. And since there is no such thing, then you make up something. And again, you just make up something so general that there's a possibility out there that it can be true. So I say all that to say nothing's going on in South Africa that is negative towards a population. Like nothing towards white people. Now, when white people came over and enslaved all the black people and did stuff like build emerald mines, nothing was said then. That was a whole different time. But one of the things you got to wonder is why are they going after South Africa? If you just look at the president-in-chief or the acting president, Elon Musk, you will see. That's where he's from. And most of y'all don't know or pretend not to know. That guy comes from money. And he comes from money because his parents enslaved black people. And you can say, oh, they paid him, but they didn't really pay him. They did the thing where you pay people but charge them more than you're paying them, or charge them the same that you're paying them in order to have them work for you. Okay, so in example, you work for Holidae. Holidae says, I'm going to pay you a nickel an hour. No, I'm going to pay you 25 cents for every gram of emeralds you bring to me. But I charge you per day on the tools that you use from me, on the shoes that you have on your feet. You only could shop at my store, and whatever you buy goes into a tab, and your tab is paid off by the amount of emeralds that you bring to me. And I make sure I'm charging you enough so that you can never make it up. That's the kind of things that happen. And that's how the Musk family fortune began. So, y'all like to say that Elon's smart. He's not. He's not. Let's rephrase this. He's not smarter than you and I. He just was born halfway between third base and home. That's all it was. I mean, you already have money. You have the ability to invest money. If I give you $100 a day and you have $1 million already in the bank because your parents left you that in their will, then what would you do with that $100 a day? You will probably invest it because you already have money that you're spending. And the investments that you make, some of them are going to fail, some of them are going to rise. And then the ones that fail, you just cut it off as a loss. The ones that rise, you continue to support them. That is the same thing anybody would do that already has money. And that is what's so genius about him that everyone has been following. Nah, it ain't genius moves. It's just, I mean, anything that he's ever tried to do himself has failed. With the exception of, I think, PayPal. And that's because he clipped himself onto something that was already going well and just helped improve it because he's a programmer by nature. And then that made him money. And he took that money because he was already rich, because his parents owned the emerald mine off the backs of black people in South Africa and reinvested it. Again, the same thing you guys would do. You would reinvest your money because you already have money. Anyway, but I'm saying all that to say, it just seems to be an attack on the country because, I mean, you're talking about Africa here. You're talking about something that's full of wealth. We already talked about the jewels and jewelry that's there. Excuse me, I can't talk today, I guess. We already talked about the jewels and jewelry that's there. We also have, it's South Africa, so you have coal, you have precious metals, you have everything there. It's Africa. So, the questions we should be asking ourselves as Americans, though, for real, though, is it any of our fucking business at all? And the answer to that is no. You can find everything I do at www.distractionnetwork.com.
Years ago, they
Till next
stopped
time, take
making
care.
my kind. Yeah, I
Peace
lose
out.
sleep, but it's alright, cause I'm on the grind.